Hello there, today we have a very special video for you. This is episode 2 of breaking down Tymon Kolasiński's 4.86 world record 3x3 average 5. So with that said, let's get right into it. Okay, so here's the scramble for the third solve in the average. If you didn't know, I did the first and second solve, including his 4.02, which is also the second best official solve in the world. So yeah, I did the first two solves of the average in the last video, so go check that out. So this is the third solve, and it was a 5.33, which is a little slower for Tymon, but still it was a really smart solution. So for inspection, he had Z2Y to do white cross, and to do an X cross, he did U prime R2 DL U2, which gets this block here, and then does an F prime, an L prime, and then a wide U. Sorry, I did that wrong way. So here's the scramble for the third solve of the average, which was a 5.33, which is a little slower for Tymon, but still really fast. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't see, I did the first and second solve of the average, including the 4.02, which was also the fourth best solve in the world. I did those two breakdowns on the last video, so once you're done with this one, you should go check that out. Okay, so this was a scramble. He did Z2 and Y for inspection to do white cross and orange in front. So to make an X cross, he did U prime R2 DL U2 F prime L prime, which all of that put this corner in, solved the cross, and solved this edge. So he just did a wide U. He did a wide U. So that pair was solved. And then next he saw this here, so he did L prime U L2, and then inserted this into the back. And then he did a U2, did a cube rotation, so these two were paired, inserted those, did another cube rotation, did a U prime, which was probably took up a little time. And then to solve this pair, he did wide R prime U prime U, wide R prime U2 R U, wide R prime. And then that got this ZBL case, so we did U2, UR, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R, and then for AUF did U prime. That's a lot of notation. So as I do with the other breakdown videos, I'm going to solve this scramble with a solution that I would do to see how I do. Probably not good at all, but let's try it. Okay, 1257 is about my average, so yeah, it's good. Definitely not a 5, but it's alright. Okay, so this is the scrum for the fourth solve, which was a 4.56, which is still crazy fast. So he did Y cross, so inspection he did X2 and Y, with white on bottom and red in front. And he just did a normal cross this time, which is kind of weird because Tymon doesn't normally do just normal crosses, but whatever. So he does D prime, R prime, F, which puts all three of these in the correct position, and then does U prime D, and then another U prime to do an R2 to put this in the right place, F, and then R2. So then for the first pair, he sees that these two are already paired up, so he does a U and inserts them into the back. And then for the second pair, he does a cube rotation and does L, U, L prime, U, L prime to solve this pair into the back, and then sees this pair solved, so inserts that into the front, and then cube rotates as a U2, and pairs up these two pieces by doing that, and then does a U, and instead of bringing it over and inserting it like this, he just does a sledgehammer to insert it, and gets a Suno and then a T perm, so he does U2 and then T perm, and it was a 4.56. So I'll solve this with my solution now, see how I do. Okay, 1388. Oh, is that a +2? I can't really tell. That's really close. Let's just say it's good. So 1389, not bad. Again, it's my average. Definitely not a 4. This is the 5th and final solve of the average, which is a 5.59. And it looks like, I believe that this solve had the lowest move count. I'm not completely sure on that, but I think I might be right. I think it had the lowest move count of all this, but it was the slowest because you'll see in a minute, but he makes a lot of mistakes toward the end of the solve, probably because he's nervous, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, he does an X to an inspection to do white cross again with blue in front, and so he does an X cross. He does U, R, D, L, F prime, U, R, U prime, R, U, R prime, which solves the cross pieces and this corner and this edge, and then he does D. So the next pair he does is the orange and blue one. So he does a Y prime, and then, oh no, sorry, it wasn't the orange and blue one. It was the orange and green one. So he does a U prime, L prime, U2, which pairs these up, and then inserts it. And then does a R, U prime, R prime to pair up these two. Does a cube rotation and inserts it. And then for the last pair he does this. And then gets the ZBLL, and here's when the mistakes start to happen a lot. Towards the beginning of the ZBLL, he does a U, and then a U2 prime, and then an R, and then an R prime, and then eventually does the algorithm, and then U. And then has his reaction, which I believe that, or not I believe, I think, I know that Tymon's reactions when he gets a really good solve or a world record or an average or something are my favorite. He just explodes and it's super cool. So I'm gonna solve this one myself and see how I do. Okay, 1471, that was not good at all, but whatever. Alright, so that is the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't already, go watch part 1. And thank you again for all the views on the shorts and the videos that I've done recently, so that's cool, I guess. So yeah, thank you for watching. Congratulations to Tymon again. I know for a fact he's probably not watching this, but congratulations. It's amazing that I just can't believe that it's a 4.86 average. That's still kind of mind-blowing. But anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.